Hello everybody and welcome to another video. My name is Marky. So, I haven't posted in a while, and that's because a lot of craziness has been going on in my life, but I am back. And today's video is going to be about a custom fashion design I did for one of my good friends, Serene. Serene and I have been friends for many years, and this girl was never into fashion, like at all. Recently, she's been trying to find her own style, and I really wanted to help. This video took a lot more time than usual because I did some sewing, I showed you the pattern, and I'm still getting used to how a video like this should play out. So, excuse me for the bad angles and messy backgrounds that you might see in this video. So, to start off the project, I first began asking Serene a series of questions. We basically turned this entire project into a little makeover, and we even went out afterwards for her to show off her new look. So first things first was trying to develop a style that Serene would like. I came up with a first design, which will probably be shown in a minute, and Serene did not like this design. It's basically a ruched top, so it's like all bunched up, and it's purple because purple's her favorite color, and she does not have anything in the color purple in her closet. And basically the problem was that it was a little bit too girly, too flashy. It was way too much Marky, but not enough Serene. So I went back to the drawing board. After a lot of debate, I came up with this design. So the design you just saw is the full finalized version with all of the alterations that I made. I first started off with an idea of a plain purple halter top with a v-neck, and Serene said she liked this. In my head though, I was thinking, yeah, this is a little plain, but maybe it's just because it's not really my style. I mean, it could be my style if it was a little bit more flashier. So I made the pattern, and you'll see a couple videos showing my pattern making. I first used a basic sloper, and I didn't have Serene's measurements at all. I basically just estimated the size that I thought she was just by looking at her. And actually, it would turn out that I was super accurate. The garment actually fit her perfectly. I didn't have to take it in or take it out. It was the perfect fit, which I was so happy about. And when I alter the pattern, basically all I'm doing is cutting out the top in order to make the v-neck. I didn't give it a shoulder seam or neckline. After I got my pattern out, I just basically began to cut out my fabric and get everything ready. However, the fabric I used was from a previous project, and I wanted so desperately to make a purple garment for Serene since it was her favorite color, and she doesn't have anything in purple. However, when I went to my fabric supply, turns out I don't have purple, which is weird because I do like the color purple a lot. So I had to use a shawl that I had designed many years ago, and I had to take out the seams and just make it a flat piece of fabric again. But when I did that, well, here. It had awful puckers in it from these seam lines. I was so upset. I was like, well, now we can't use this, and I've wasted fabric. But I didn't want to give up on the purple yet. I'd also had a blue fabric that I was going to pair with the purple since I didn't have enough of it to begin with. And so I took another scrap of fabric, a darker purple, and I basically put it on top of the previous purple top, the front of the bust, and I sewed it down. And when I did this, I sewed it as close to the seam as possible. When I did this, it kind of made like faux princess seams. It looked like there were princess seams on it, but there weren't. It was just a fabric stitched on top of another piece of fabric, and it made a really cool design. So the front had purple and then a darker patch of purple right at the center to hide those ugly, nasty, like little pucker marks from the previous stitch work. The back was blue, and even though I wasn't too happy with the fact that the front was purple and the back was blue, I thought might as well just do it, it'll be a little funky. And then I did the halter top a little weird. Most people would just cut out the fabric already with the straps for the halter, but instead I decided that I basically just wanted to cut out another piece of fabric and stitch them on so you could tie them higher. And so that's exactly what I did. Insert sewing videos, I guess. Now, when Serene first tried on this garment, as successful as I had been with getting the measurements correctly and not needing to take it in or take it out, the V-neck was too deep. It was way too deep. I mean, maybe for a club, yeah, you know, I could see that. But it was too deep. She wouldn't have been able to wear it casually as an outfit going out on a normal day. So I came up with the idea to take the leftover blue fabric in order to repeat it in the front, and I just sewed a triangular patch on the V-line on the front of it to cover up where the V-neck went too deep. And this was a little tricky at first, trying to make sure that it wouldn't be too wide, so it would mess with the fit, and it wouldn't be too close together and would force the garment to be bunched up in the front. But after a few tries, I was able to stitch it on, and Serene was able to wear it comfortably. Serene really loved the design, and it was very different than the other clothing she's worn in the past. Not only was she comfortable in it, but she felt like $1,000,000. And as a designer, my true goal is to make other people happy and to make other people love themselves. So for her to love the design and feel really confident in it, it made me really happy. I really hope to take on even more projects to help people find their personal styles through my designs. I think the hardest part as a designer is trying to design something that somebody else will like. You know, oftentimes you can obviously make a bunch of stuff that you think is gorgeous, that you'd love to wear, but the reality of the matter is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So more times than not, you can design something and somebody else might not like it, not because it's ugly or not good enough, just because it simply isn't their style. And so I was really worried about that with Serene, since her style and my style is very different. Well, I guess that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like the video, give me a comment on what I should do next. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell besides it so that you can be notified every single time I put out a new video. And I guess some bloopers? I don't even know if I took bloopers. Musty Rosie. Oh. And today, the video I'm going to be doing today the video is going to be about a custom. And today's Lane cut it out, and I didn't even give it a shoulder or a neckline. I didn't give it a shoulder. I didn't give it shoulder. I'm just standing here because my chair is full of fabric and clothes right now. I hate how my top is purple and my makeup is pink. And my roots are so intense.